I'm coming on here tonight to talk to you all. It is Thursday night, which is uh, which is November the 20th, 2025. Okay, now here's the story. My youngest brother, who's younger than me, he's about 47 years old. He just reached out to me by phone, and before I go into the conversation, I want to let you all know what the conversation was actually about. It was basically about um, uh, someone, well, not actually on my father's side, but his sister, one of my father's sister husband passed away about, I think about 2 weeks ago. He passed away. So they're having his funeral this coming Saturday. And so my dad, he had reached out to me last Friday, and he wanted to know, will I be interested in transporting him and his girlfriend um, to the funeral service. So I actually volunteered. I said, yes, I can do that. So my dad asked me on Friday, will Nicole be coming, or will her dad Howard be watching her? So I explained to my father that since Nicole's father and his brother had sold their brother's house back in, I think they sold the house back in May. Um, they now live at their dad's house that was left to his brother, his oldest brother, who's disabled. You all seen Brad on a few of my YouTube videos. So anyway, my dad said okay. So I explained to him that with people with autism, you have to prep them for with everything. Doesn't matter what where you taking them to, whatever event, whatever, you have to prep them for it. So that's what I do with her. I prep her for everything that I know that we're going to be doing. So anyway, uh, while we was talking, so so my wait a minute, I had to stop. That was Rocky. You guys see him? He's in the bedroom. So anyway, what back to what I was saying. So my dad said okay, and so my dad's one of his sister husband had passed about 2 weeks ago at a hospital. So one of his other sister had notified him that he of his passing. So I guess it's going to be a lot of people at the funeral. So this past Monday, for the very first time, I showed Nicole a first video of what funerals go on and what it looks like. And so she got a glimpse of it. So tonight, my my youngest brother, who's 47, he lives in Georgia, and so he reached out to me, and he asked me, was I going to the funeral? Because he said he's coming tomorrow. He's flying in tomorrow from Georgia. So I explained to him, yes, I will be going. And he asked me, was I driving? And I told him, yes, I was driving our father's car to take him and his girlfriend to transport them there. So he asked me, was Nicole going? So I explained to him, yes, Nicole was going, but I have to prep her. So he didn't think that it would be wise if she was to go. So I explained to my brother, I told him, I said, look, I said that we have family members on our father's side that specialize with people with special needs. We do. We really do. And um, I told him that I told him that I don't know who all else um, is familiar with people with special needs. I told him I'm pretty sure there's going to be people that's not in the immediate family that's probably on my dad's sister husband's side named Percy. There are probably family members over there that's familiarized themselves with special needs, with autism. So my youngest brother tells me that he didn't think it was a wise decision for her to go. He said, suppose she has a meltdown. So I told him, I said, I understand his concern. I said, but if she has a meltdown, I can always take her to the bathroom or to another room where I can calm her down. And I told him if someone else was to offer to help, hey, I don't turn that down. So he started complaining about that. He didn't think it was a wise decision for her to go because of people was going to be crying. Percy family was going to be crying. His daughter's going to be upset and sad. And he said he didn't think it was fair. And so I explained to him, I said, I understand that you said they're going to be sad, but that's not my problem. I said it just like that. I said, that is not my problem. If people cannot tolerate Nicole if she has a meltdown, then he told me that I don't look like I'm concerned about other people's feelings and well-being. And I said, no, I'm not. And I told him that when you are a special need parent, your first priority is your loved one that you're taking care of. That's your main concern. As far as people that cannot tolerate someone or they having an issue with what's going on in the family, I don't have anything to do with that. I have to focus my time to the person that I've been raising for 19 years. And I told him if a person cannot understand that, then that's on them. But I want you all to understand that none of the family members mentioned this. That was just my brother's statement. That was nobody in the family mentioned this. That was him making this statement. Then he tells me that I was selfish. He tells me on the phone that I'm selfish. He calls me a bitch. He calls me a whore. So when he started calling me those things, I cut the conversation. I told him, I said, you know what? If you're going to go to that level to start calling me names, this conversation has ended. Then he tells me that my problem is I don't want to listen. I don't want nobody giving me advice. And he said, I'm always looking for other people to help me. So I told him, I said, first of all, I said that when it comes to my personal life, he has nothing to do with that. And I told him that far as if people want to reach their hands out to help me with anything, far as funds or money or whatever, he ain't got nothing to do with that. And I told him. Then he gonna send me a text, and this was while we was on the phone, so I hung up on him. So he texts me later tonight before I start filming this. He tells me, he says that he feels that the reason why he doesn't come and visit me in Nicole in our home because I'm not married. And he said that since I'm not married, he doesn't feel like he doesn't value our life. And he said that he just feels like I should do better in my life, find a better job, have a career. And I explained to him in a text that I have a learning disability. I do. I have a learning disability. And he knows that. I grew up in special ed. And I went into special ed at the in fourth grade. I don't remember how old I was, but I was in fourth grade in the 70s. So I told him that, if he has a problem with me being special needs, or he has a problem with me not having a successful career life, that's on him. I told him that I'm not going to change who I am. And I told him that I'm not going to change my life to make him feel better. And I told him, far as me not married, I told him that, and I'm being honest, I love who I am. I love that I'm not married. I am single by choice. And to let you know, hey, I love my single life. I don't have to deal with bullshit. I don't have to deal with no one coming that I meet someone, they tell me one thing, and then I find out they lied about something. I don't have to deal with that. I told him, I love me. And I told him if he can't accept me, who I am, that's fine. So he told me that he wanted me to know that he's not going to ever call me again. He said that he just feels like I'm not living a fabulous life or have a career. And he said that I went and bought a house in Gary that he doesn't feel comfortable in the town of Gary. So you know what? I told him again, I didn't buy no house to please him. I told him that everything I do for myself and for Nicole, I'm not doing any of those things to please him. And then I even let him know in the text that he have never spent time with Nicole. I told him, you don't even know anything about her. And I told him, for you to tell me how my life should be, you have never came over here. He have never introduced me to his family. So I told him, I said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to keep being me. So I just thought that I'll come over on here and let you all know how things went tonight concerning him. Because I'm being honest, I can care less how he feels about me not being married and being a single mother. I don't feel bad about being a single mother. I feel like I am doing a terrific job with Nicole. And he don't like it, that's on him. That's something I cannot change. And I'm not going to change it. Because, like I told him, everything I do for myself or for her, I do it for us. I don't do it for him. Then he's telling me about I go out and I ask people for money. Yes, I do. I ask people for money. I'm going to ask some of my subscribers. If I come on here and I tell y'all that I need help with something, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything because that's me. And I told him, if you don't like it, hey, you don't have to be around. So he told me that he won't be contacting me anymore. And guess what? It is okay with me because you know what? I'm not going to change my life for nobody. I mean it. I am not going to change my life for nobody because I feel like this. If a person cannot accept you for who you are, then you don't need them in your life. Hey. Like I said, I'm just going to keep being me. So I just thought I'd come over here and let y'all know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment. I'll talk to y'all later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Bye for now.